Hello and welcome to Brock Built Stuff. My name is DJ and today I'm going to talk a little bit more at length about the pitfalls associated with buying 3D models for your print shop, because frankly, it's not what I expected it to be. But first, a shop update. As you can see behind me, I have sold one more thing, aka a shower hook, because it's all I still have posted, and that puts me at 5 sales for the year out of 510. Quick math, there are 335 days remaining in the year, which means I need to sell on average every single day 1.5 items. Last week it was 1.4, now it's 1.5. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Now, the main point of this video though is to give you a brief update on where I am regarding buying versus designing products for my 3D print shop. I have purchased 2 commercial licensures. I've purchased a commercial licensure through QB, and I've purchased commercial licensure through Thanes for a designer by the name of SmackMax. I just kind of like his stuff, and I don't know if I'll be able to sell anything from there, but his designs look really cool. And I really am digging like this future like cyberpunk vibe. Like that's, I'm getting down with that. I'm getting down with that. So far, what I've actually done is I've already printed one of these cable organizers, as you can see here. It is a really cool little piece of kit. It has a little cutout in the back for one of those Velcro command strips. Then it has a color insert that you can put on the inside, just like that. And it is really cool, and it's really simple. So I'm working to print like some of these right now, just to see how they go together and see how complicated they are to print, and ultimately, if they're commercially viable, one might say. And speaking of commercially viable though, like I'm enjoying what I'm doing here. Don't get me wrong, I think this is really cool. But you know, as doing this as like part of a business, I thought, and I saw these ads on Instagram of all places, I thought that QB was gonna be a better option. The problem I'm having here with QB just in general is the designs on here are they're just not great. And what I signed up for was the, what is this called? What is this called? I signed up for the Hive Community Plan, which, oh, that's what this is. Yeah, so the Hive Community Plan includes like more than 500 models. And I was like, okay, that's really cool. You scroll down here, you see the designers. These designers have some cool stuff, all things given. I went down to preview the designs to see kind of what was in catalog. And I was like, okay, like it's a lot of lamps. It's a lot of lamps. Like it's a lot of lamps and vases and potters and stuff, as you can see. It's mostly that. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like there may be more in here. You know, you can't really tell what these models are. You can't click on them. There's no preview. Luckily, you know, it's only 10 bucks a month. So cool. I'm out $10. As you can see, just popped up. Awesome. So I went ahead and tried it, and I'll be honest, not a glowing review, all things given. There is specifically a single designer here, 3D Shook, who I don't believe, let me double check. Yeah, here we go. 3D Shook hasn't posted anything since October 2016. And you may be like, oh, like that's fine, like whatever, who cares? If you come in here for the designs for 3D Shook, it is a disproportionate sum. There are 13 pages of 3D Shook's designs. Each page contains 12 designs. I know a little bit of basic math. I will double check myself though. But for the full pages, 12 pages of 3D Shook's designs is 144 designs. Now, again, no rocket scientist yet, but out of 500 models, 144 plus are one designer. Seems weirdly, how do you say, oversaturated? And and they're fine. Like the designs are fine. It's a lot of derivative models. It's a lot of things that were let's be honest, popular back in like 2016. So I'm a little disappointed in that. Then there's like a disproportionate sum for Kraken STL, also cool designer, like his work. Yeah, so Kraken STL, mostly lamps and vases. And that's just what's part of the community here. There's like some like cherry pie box stuff or like Christmassy ornaments and stuff. But what's kind of weird, and I mean, not to pick on 3D STL here, or Kraken STL, but like some of these things seem like they've never been printed, which not wonderful when you're coming into this thinking, oh, I'll just download a model and just print it. I mean, sure, but like, okay, good example here. Like this is a joint saver. Awesome, like totally understand like the design on it, cool cap, but it's a vase mode print with a 0.8 line width, so you gotta be using at least a 0.6 and not a 0.8 nozzle to do that. It's like, okay, well that's fine. And then you go back and look at his designs and suddenly you realize, oh, there's like 5 of the same thing with minor variations. And then that's kind of like when it began to dawn on me that like, I'll be honest, like sure there's 550 plus designs, but there's not really 550 plus unique designs, and it's a disproportionate sum of just a few designers. So in general, my take on QB is it's fine. So to recap real quick here, the pros of a service like QB are going to be access to a large inventory of parts quickly, as well as stock photographs where possible. The cons are you're pretty limited in what it is you have access to because it's mostly lamps and vases with some other kitschy items thrown in there just for good measure. When we think about things, the difference here is you're going to be able to actually see the models in way more detail before you even download them. QB doesn't really do that. QB just gives you a single photo and maybe some guidance on how to print the thing, and that's it. You're going to have to download it, you're going to have to scrub through it and figure out if it really works for you. Things, on the other hand, gives it to you up front before you even sign up for the membership. And I would encourage you, if you're considering something like this, to go the Things route and find designers that you like and look through their models to make sure they're even printable in the first place. With SmackMax, just as an example, the fact that they posted the 3D models that allow you to actually look at it and see, oh cool, there's all these different designs, and oh, these are made out of different parts. Awesome, that's awesome. This allows you to do the pre-validation work before you even get involved with trying to print the thing in the first place. Huge pro. Con though is you're gonna have to take your own pictures for your listings, which not everybody has a space to take pictures. I am limited here. I'm in roughly, my studio apartment only has about 35 square feet dedicated to making and shipping and working, and it's just not a lot of room, and I don't have a lot of pretty areas to take photographs in. So I'm gonna be struggling with this, I can already tell, but I'm gonna come up with some ways to deal with it, and we'll kind of go from there. Another con could be too that if the designer just like randomly stops the membership, this is a con of any membership and something you should be wary of. But if they suddenly stop offering a commercial license, then you're just SOL. You're out of luck and you can no longer sell that item legally. That brings me then to the pros and cons of design. So if I'm going to design my own products, I own that licensure and I can take care of it, and I have to take all of that weight onto myself. That can be a pro, that can be a con. Biggest con for design is just time. These things take a long time to design. These crates, these power crates that SmackMax made, I can only imagine how long they took to make. They're really cool though. And because of that con, that is why I'm strongly considering buying designs to be able to flesh my store out quicker to try to achieve this 510 sales. I will note though, as of January 29th today, I'm not sure this is totally doable, but I sure as heck am gonna try to get there. Thank you so much for joining me in this kind of a rant talking about purchasing 3D models and, to be frank, the pitfalls associated with it and the comparison of different versions of memberships when it comes to commercial licensure. It is frankly not what I expected it to be, but that's okay. I'm sharing with you my journey through all of it. Hopefully you enjoyed this thought process, and in turn, I would love it if you would subscribe, like, and also comment down below if you have an idea that you would love to see somebody design to fit a problem that you have in your daily life. But until then, you keep on 3D printing those dreams. See ya!